Welcome to Cache Rendezvous. I'm Erin Cox.
And I'm Taylor Emerson.
And we join you here from First Dam, and the weather is beautiful today.
It really is, but starting us off today, we have the story of one woman who turned tragedy into inspiration.
Morgan Klinkowski is a USU student who was raped her freshman year. Now ending her senior year, she says she's overcome being sexually assaulted for herself, but she's also created a nonprofit organization to help other survivors too.
Today is the Run Strong 5K.
These racers aren't just here for the run. They're here for Morgan.
I've been good friends with Morgan for a couple years now, and so I thought I'd come out and support.
I ran to support Morgan, obviously. She's just a great girl. She's so much fun to be around.
They're running for her, but she created the run to help others.
It's the Strong, Beautiful, Capable Run Strong, and all the profits will go to her foundation.
Strong, Beautiful, Capable, created to help those who have been sexually assaulted, like Morgan was almost 4 years ago. In her freshman year at Utah State, Morgan says her friend Jason Ray Lopez came over to study with her. They started kissing, and she says Ray Lopez did ask her consent for sex, but when she didn't give it, he didn't stop. He raped her.
I felt disgusting. I felt like I had totally, and I was wearing running shorts, and I was like, I could have screamed, I could have, done all these things. But in the moment, I was so paralyzed with fear that I didn't do anything.
When she reported Red Lopez to USU, she says they told her 5 other girls had already reported him and they had given him a warning. Morgan says she felt like the university wasn't listening to her and her friends stopped listening to her, calling her a liar.
That was really hard. That was almost as traumatizing as the actual event.
Morgan went to the police and Red Lopez was arrested, but then she had to tell her parents.
There's no way I could tell him, and because I'm a daddy's girl, so that was hard. And
just angry with it.
I think I was a little bit stunned, kind of shocked.
She didn't even get teary. She just kind of pointed a finger at me and was like, all right, Morgan, you're so strong and you're beautiful and you're capable and you're going to get through this.
And that's going to be a choice that you make going forward. That is not a choice that someone's going to make for you.
And Morgan says she made her choice after feeling angry for years.
And I've forgiven him too.
She turned it into something for the positive, something for good, something that could benefit her and also help others.
And for them, giving a reason to run.
It's not so much about the run. It's, hey, a lot of people we're together, we're banded together to support this.
I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of her and what she's done.
It goes beyond surviving sexual assault. It gets down to your core of being beautiful and strong and capable, and so it's meant everything to me today.
Morgan says she was able to raise over $1,000 at Saturday's run that she's using to create a scholarship with. Now, she says anyone can apply on her website online, and the deadline is May 27th.
Helping people overcome challenges, 2 Utah men are teaching people how to skate, and Nicole Heaps is here to tell us why.
So I wanted to know more about Skate to Fight, and I talked to a couple of the guys with the group, and I found out a couple cool things.
These guys help run Skate to Fight, an organization that started 3 to 4 years ago to help people with their struggles through teaching them how to skateboard.
And a bigger part of that is creating a community, showing that there's other people, you're not alone in anything.
Some people are passionate about skateboarding. Me, I'm passionate about writing music. Skate to Fight is all about encouraging you to allow your passions, whatever they are, to help heal you.
As long as people have a passion, I feel like you can have a fulfilling, happy life.
He says the reason he feels like his passions help him is because he is so focused in on the moment and what's on the road in front of him that the rest of the world and its problems are blocked out. Nicole Heaps, Cache Rendezvous.
People of color, say culture here is pretty shocking.
And Yaz joins us here. Yaz, what did you learn?
Well, guys, as a minority myself, being from California, I never really was a minority until I came to Utah. And after talking to some other students who've been in some similar situations, I got to learn what it's been like for them.
Paola Munoz is studying for finals week, just like everyone else. But what makes her different is she's also the vice president of USU's Latinx Student Union.
We gather as a council every week, and we plan out weekly meetings. for the members, and those meetings include cultural activities that kind of we share our culture, and we talk about issues also that are currently going on that affect minorities.
Aside from weekly meetings, the members of this club host fundraisers to raise money for scholarships.
That scholarship goes towards somebody that's a student that's Latinx and wants to come to school here at Utah State.
Besides coming together to raise money, they talk about what it's like to be here at USU.
My experience here has been great within being Latino, but I feel like there's so much more the university can do to help Latino and other minorities feel more included.
So, what is it like being a Latino on USU's campus?
Unconsciously, they have an image of what Latin people or what Mexicans are. They just assume all of Latin America is from one specific place. So being Mexican and being light-skinned, telling someone that you're from Mexico, sometimes they won't accept it at first. They will ask you again, are you sure you're Mexican?
To these students, that's microaggression. Psychology Today defines microaggressions as the everyday verbal, nonverbal, and environmental slights, snubs, or insults, whether intentional or unintentional, which communicate hostile, derogatory, or negative messages to target persons based solely upon their marginalized group membership.
So to sum that up, a microaggression sounds something like this. Why do you sound white? Or, you're really pretty for a black girl. Being half black and half Mexican, I've experienced a few of these microaggressions myself, one being, so what are you? Or, is my hair real?
And within the Latino community, microaggressions come often.
Comments like, you should be deported, is your hair natural? Or you're Mexican, you're so light-skinned.
Everybody assumes that all Latinos are Mexicans, and that's not true.
You spell really well English to be, Mexican. And I grew up all my life here, so why wouldn't I know how to speak English?
People are different. People are unique. And just because you're part of the culture doesn't mean you have to fit a certain stereotype.
LXU aims to break out of those stereotypes and inform people about the Latino culture. Yasmina Giri, Cache Rendezvous.
When we come back,
how this big guy is helping students with unique challenges to have a better experience with horses.
And we'll tell you why music businesses in Logan are struggling.
Hi, I'm Peter, and there's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends. Come on in! Help yourself to anything. That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better ate than never. To learn more, visit savethefood.com.
Sorry, I've got big ideas. As a college student, you have big ideas to make a big difference on campus. Why not get funding for those ideas in a big way? The Blue Goes Green Grant provides funding for student sustainability projects. These projects help USU students be more environmentally responsible, live healthier, and save money. To find out more, go to usu.edu/BGG. Get funding for your Blue Goes Green idea in a big way. Blue Goes Green. Make a difference.
Welcome back. The USU Equine is a program that always has cool new projects, and Bronson joins me with what they're doing lately. Bronson?
I met a really cool student who has some unique challenges in the equine program, but that's not letting his love for horses get in the way.
This cowboy knows what it means to get bucked off and get back on. At 4 months old, Jack had a spinal infection that left him paralyzed from the chest down. Now Jack is helping USU Equine researchers help people like him care for their horses. His wheelchair has a hydraulic system that helps him do basic jobs like grooming.
This special sand has chopped up sneakers in it, and that helps Jack's wheelchair move around the arena a little easier.
I'm very excited about being a part of this project, being able to make it more accessible for other people to go out and work the horses instead of just being stuck on the sidelines watching. I hunt, I fish, I am trying to be on the Paralympic archery team. I do whatever I want.
And that includes starting a family with 5-month-old Annabeth and his wife Kayla.
I met her up here. She worked at Cow Ranch and I was in there quite a bit.
To buy stuff or to see her?
Yes.
With Jack's internship, he is going to explore inclusion and accessibility opportunities for future students who maybe thought, no, this couldn't be for me. I couldn't pursue a career in this.
Trot. Now Jack is blazing the trail for himself and for others who love working with horses.
It's pretty inspiring what Jack can do not only with those horses, but with people who are struggling as well.
It is inspiring, and I'm excited to follow up and see what he does with the program.
Finding live entertainment here in Logan can be pretty hard, but the owners of the Y Sound and the Cache music venue are coming together to provide live music for you.
Well, with the Cache venue, it has been so awesome with that coming into Logan.
It's obvious that Logan needs more live music and events downtown. When I agreed to do it, it was like, well, that's the #1 hole in the bucket we have to fill.
It's nice to be able to have something here in the valley, to not have to go all the way to Salt Lake to see a show.
We got 4 kids, so it's a big to-do every time, but having something closer, it's nice. We can walk home from here.
Music is a social thing. We learn to play it to a certain level so that we can play it for other people. We want to share it with them, you know, this thing that we're really passionate about.
The real challenge, if you try and boil it down, is how do we keep what we love about Logan while also creating opportunities that people want? And that's what we're trying to do here. We're not looking to build some huge venue. We're looking to have a place on Main Street where people can come and have a great time.
The music scene in Logan kind of has an uphill battle just because it's not the biggest city. And typically that's what helps the music scene, is if there's lots of people that are able to go out, and if there's lots of people, there's more people that are likely to be interested in what you are doing.
I feel like the university and downtown don't mix as well as most college towns do. And hopefully this event center will be able to bring them down.
You know, I know what it's like being in a small town with a music scene that's hard to keep going and hard to get support from, you know, living down in Provo for as long as I did. So I'm really stoked about being able to help out and to bring some real quality entertainment to Logan. It's hard to get national acts to come to a place like this because sometimes they just don't get the support.
I've literally went from using more local bands to using the bigger names. I just have to go with the bigger names to have the impact and to even get 100 people out to the shows in Logan.
Y Sound was going out of business, and I was like, shoot, well, we're not gonna have like any venues in town. This was before I actually knew about the Cache too. So I was like, we're not gonna have anything. So I was like, what can I do? And I was like, well, I could either talk to other people and see if they want to buy it, or I could just go and buy it. So that's exactly what I did. I just went, and I didn't really think too much. I was just like, hey, I'm just gonna do this.
What we're seeing with, you know, Y Sound coming back and with the Cache is people trying to get that going, trying to say, well, why not Logan? And there's enough people here that you could have a music scene, and so it's nice to see that people are trying.
I feel like Logan doesn't need a music spot, we need a music scene. And I'm really glad that Y Sound's back open. I think they're having some success and we're a lot stronger together. I mean, the #1 thing people can do if they want to have stuff happen downtown is to go to the stuff that's happening downtown.
I've never seen a university town that's so hard to get people from the university out to shows and out on the town to see live music.
The hardest part right now is definitely just getting the place filled every week. I think it's just more advertising and getting our name out there.
I look at bulletin boards all around campus and I haven't seen anything. If I did see it, I'd consider it, go with my friends, bring it up with them and stuff. So
posters don't do a lot for me, but if someone came up and was like, hey, come see this, then I'd be like, okay.
One of the big things we're doing is these open mics, is we're starting to do these every Tuesday, and that's going to help bring out a lot of people when we're going around and passing out flyers on campus.
One of the main goals that I'm trying to achieve is to bring the university staff and students downtown. For me to feel successful, it's going to be when the university is downtown having a great time.
If Cache Valley wants to have a music scene like it is capable of having with a major university, You've got to come out and support the stuff that we're doing. Did you see the lineup from Beaver Mountain Music Festival? Pretty sick, huh? Not just Smile Productions, but all the promoters and all the bands and musicians and local music in this town. If you don't come out and support it, then we can't afford to keep bringing it here. It takes all of us. It's not one of us. It takes every one of us to be part of a scene and a family.
Coming up, have you ever been the best in anything? How about 7 times? We'll show you the athlete who has.
And we take a look back at the year of USU sports and how we're setting up for next year.
I'm only 17, but I know about investing. Believe in something, buy shares in it, watch it grow. So, what if you could invest in the future? The future of kids, like a stock. Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. I could be one of the first college graduates from my family, the first philanthropist from my neighborhood. And if I'm the first, then maybe there's a second and a third. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow. My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
Welcome back. Brady, I wouldn't tie McDonald's and collegiate athletes together.
When you run as much as this guy, it doesn't matter what you eat.
Dylan Maggard of Utah State.
This is Dylan Maggard,
A little bit of bumping trouble.
on his way to tie the record for most All-American nominations in USU history. Currently, Maggard is a 7-time All-American, and he hopes to achieve that 9-time All-American honor by the end of May. At first glance, this blue jean running and long curly-haired man doesn't seem like your traditional track star.
Earlier in the fall semester, Dylan Maggard on this very track broke the Guinness World Record for fastest mile time in blue jeans. So what would happen to a schlub like me if I ran that same mile wearing jeans? We're gonna find out. It's probably not gonna look pretty. Now the goal here is to run as fast as I possibly can wearing these jeans for 4 laps. That's equivalent to a mile. Dylan did it in 4 minutes and 11 seconds. I will not. So here we go.
I run a mile in just under 7 minutes.
Just halfway there.
But in jeans, I ran it in 8 minutes.
That is a lot harder than it looks.
I think a lot of people see him as almost kind of like a rock star of NCAA track and field.
And his teammates agree.
Dylan is a very unique individual and really a good person, has a good heart.
What may surprise you is diet.
He really likes Mrs. McDonald's, and a lot of runners at that level would probably shy away from eating that type of food.
And he burns all that off. Dylan told me that he runs at 100 to 105 miles a week, and he doesn't do those in jeans.
That's the same as going from Logan all the way to Salt Lake City.
And see his evolution as an athlete from pretty run-of-the-mill, mediocre to somebody that's very good.
He ranks first all-time in the mile, 1,500 meter, and 5,000 meter.
I still have more work to do, so I try to be humble but hungry.
It's not what you would expect.
Brady, I don't know how he does it. Last time I ran a mile was high school.
Yeah, let alone the amount of McDonald's I eat, I would not try running, as you probably saw in that video.
He must be an Aggie, but there was a lot more than running that went on in Aggie sports. Alex joins us with the update.
You know what, guys? We saw some heartbreak. We saw some excitement this season, and there's definitely a lot of changes coming to Aggie sports. Let's take a rewind and show you what happened this year.
Away, Air Force can't get it. Hits the front 9. Points still going.
The biggest thing we talk about is who are we and who do we want to be, and we can't let other teams dictate to us the style of play we want. We just got to go do what we do.
It was a battle. I mean, it was obviously disappointing. We haven't had the season that we've necessarily hoped for, but we battled. I don't know what else to say, putting our hearts out on the field.
We feel really good about who we got come back, especially receiver and tight end. We got a lot of returners come back, so I feel really good, especially about throwing the ball downfield. Got guys that can catch the ball and make plays for us.
This is something we've not been only working towards this season, but for years we've been working towards this.
We bought in, we set goals at the beginning of the season that we would be the first team to nationals, and now we can finally say we're the first.
I think you see a little bit of the evolution of our team. We haven't given up. We're a strong fiber team, strong character team, and there's a belief that we can compete.
The pace that I go at is the pace that the team will go at. So, a lot of that burden is on my shoulders.
Anything I can ever do in the community, please let me know. I'm a very passionate guy, and I just can't wait to get rolling. Go Aggies!
We had ups and downs like we expect, to have, but we had a lot of players find a way to stay consistent in what we've been working on, and I think we got a little bit better than that.
The guys that have been here before, they know what it takes, so we have that going for us. We have that good experience, but we feel like we have to go after it. We have to play to win, and nothing's going to be handed to us. We have to earn it. We've just got to keep building meet after meet, and if we keep doing what we're doing, we'll be there.
You got to compete. You got to hate losing more than you love winning. And I felt we've been satisfied with a lot of things, doing here and there okay, and we haven't really been hurt by the losses.
Aggie softball is the last team playing, and their last game will be May 11th.
Thanks, Alex. Coming up, what this guy does in his backyard shed usually happens near the ocean.
And with school almost over, we'll show you 3 cheap summer things you can do here in Cache Valley.
It's a big responsibility.
Oh, it's huge. I know, it's huge.
And the salary.
Oh my god, yes.
Right?
I mean, like, I was about to move in with my parents, and right before, so this saved me.
I really believe in you,
Thank you. It's nice to hear that from someone.
These are cool. Did you, what did you?
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Planning the right amount of food is hard. The Guestimator makes it easy. Just tell it who's coming and what's for dinner. Then it tells you how much to make. And yes, it even plans for leftovers. Try it at SaveTheFood.com.
Welcome back.
It's starting to get so warm here. The weather is great, and we have Yasmin Aguirre to show us our extended summer forecast. Yas?
The sun's been coming out, it's been starting to get warm, which is much appreciated. Temperatures are going to start rising as we go into May, and as we approach June, it's going to start getting hotter. And it'll actually be slightly warmer than it was last year. And last July was abnormally cool, and that will not be the case this year. This year, we're actually expecting northern Utah to be hotter than the rest of the state, and that'll continue into August and September. And for those of you Aggies coming back to Logan for the fall semester, it'll be nice and warm for you. Back to you guys.
Yas, looks like it's going to be a great summer and good weather.
Yeah, and here at Utah's lakes and ponds, you probably won't expect to surf. I don't even think you can. And you probably don't even own a surfboard, chances of it. But even though we don't live by the ocean, one guy is keeping his passions alive here in Logan.
In his backyard shed in Hyde Park, Utah, Thad Nichols has a hobby you wouldn't expect. He hand makes surfboards.
Being in Utah and being a surfboard builder is definitely something that's unique. That's probably one of the last things people would expect to see.
He does everything by hand, from measuring to cutting to shaping to setting the rocker and curve to smoothing and blending. He gets them photo ready with fiberglass, resin, and sometimes a bit of paint, and it's a process that for him is a passion.
It's something that keeps me connected to the surfing and to the ocean, as opposed to just drying up in a landlocked state.
I have a fear of water.
His wife won't ride.
Dad's a water baby and the girls are.
But she'll go along for the ride.
The plan is to get him out. We're going to Florida this summer to get him out on the water.
Nichols says he's made about 100 or so boards since 2012, and that he likes to take his time on them, making sure he gets it right.
I'm definitely upfront with people when they order boards from him, like, listen, this is not going to be a fast process. Yeah, pretty good.
Nichols says he plans on making his boards for as long as he can.
At least as long as I can paddle a board, or maybe even after I can't paddle a board, you know, something I see myself doing for the rest of my life.
Now, any legitimate factory would have an air compressor. But Thad says his boards run anywhere between $500 and $1,200, depending on the size, the shape, and the style you want.
And Chaz joins us paddling up on a canoe, not a surfboard here. Right. Chaz?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in a canoe. It's awesome weather. You know, Cache Valley has so much to offer. We have so much to do here. So I went out and found 3 cheap things that you can do this summer. Here in Cache Valley, we're surrounded by mountains and rivers and lakes, all surrounded by trails that let us go and see all of them. All the different hikes are a great way to see all the different scenery Cache Valley has to offer, and it's a great way to get together with friends or even to take a date. But don't forget to take some water so you don't get dehydrated.
Thomas Lyon, an avid outdoorsman, says hiking the different trails lets him enjoy many of his different hobbies.
Cache Valley is great for hiking, backpacking, hunting, fishing, anything outdoors, but hiking is where it's at.
If hiking makes you want to scream like that bird, and you're more into enjoying nature with minimal walking, Utah at Willow Park is the place for you, with many birds and animals such as these capuchin monkeys.
When you come to the zoo, you can either come with a group of friends or on a date. Or you could bring a kid for one of the many fun activities that the zoo offers.
An employee said the zoo offers many different programs for children, and there are plenty of animals.
It's a really great place, got a lot of cool animals, a lot of unusual animals you wouldn't see every day.
The zoo has a variety of animals, but if you're looking for a Mustang or T-birds, you'll want to hear about this.
If you like classic cars like this 1970 El Camino, then Cache Valley has something for you. But even if you don't like this car, the Cache Valley Cruisin' will probably have something that you like.
The cruisin' usually happens the first weekend of July, and if you don't want to pay to get into the fairgrounds, there's always the parade. The cars drag up and down Main Street for everybody to see.
Cache Valley has so much to offer, all you have to do is go out and find it.
Thanks, Chaz.
And thank you for joining us on our Cache Rendezvous. Good luck with finals next week, Aggies.
And from all of us here on the set of Cache Rendezvous, have a great summer. Good job, guys.
Good job.
Woo! What are you doing here? Wait,
what is happening?
Awesome, awesome. How long do we have to do this candidly for?